I've been waiting for you.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tehillah Terex. How have you been? I've been good. If it's your first time on this channel, hi, welcome to the family. And if you are no G, how have you been? Good to have you here. Okay, so guys, by now I'm sure you already know what, from the title, you already know what this video is about, right? So today I'm going to be talking about being intentional about your growth as a person. And it's something that I've been very mindful of in this season in my life. I've been very intentional about my growth as a person. Yeah, isn't it funny that we live in a world with so many people who look fabulous, who are so well dressed, who look elegant, but are empty? You know, I don't understand it. It's almost like this generation is paying so much attention to their glow, to what they look like on the outside. People are paying a lot of attention and investing so much in looking good. And it's sad that we're not investing as much in our growth mentally, in our growth emotionally, you know, just paying attention to ensuring that we are constantly becoming a better version of ourselves. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the things that have helped me, some of the things I've been really intentional about, and I hope that you're able to pick a thing or two. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, I have a note here because I don't know what's going on in my mind these days. I tend to forget a lot, so I have some scribbles down so that I ensure that I don't miss any point. Okay, yeah, so I just feel like the value, you know, the value of your life is directly related to the level of training, to the quality of training you subjected yourself to. So that means if you're mediocre, it just means you've been letting in mediocre information into yourself, or you've been, whether consciously or unconsciously, training yourself to be mediocre, whether by the things you do or the things that you fail to do. So very quickly, I want to draw your attention to certain areas that are very important, that you evolve, that you grow in, you know, that you keep getting better at. The first one is emotional growth, right? I can't say this enough. We have a lot of adults, babies stuck in adult bodies, right? We just feel like growth just happens, you know, a child, just like a child, you walk, you run, you do, and it just happens. But there's some things that we really need to be intentional about. We really need to. And for me, take me for example, there was a phase in my life where I felt like people really took me for granted, right? So I just made up my mind that I am not going to take just anything from people, right? I hope people cannot hear the sound of the thing that is going on in the background. My family, they will not destroy my YouTube career. You understand? If they like, make noise. I've tried to film this video like 3 times, and on each count, their noise was the reason I didn't upload. But you know, this one, I'm saying whatever, guys, I'm going to get this video done. So I was in a phase in my life where I felt like people really took me for granted. So I became very intentional about ensuring and enforcing that, enforcing people that you can't take me for granted. I'm not someone you want to take for a ride or just treat anyhow, you know. But I just didn't realize that I was taking a little too far. So people now start becoming too conscious, you know. They had to not start tiptoeing around my emotions, being careful what they say to me so that I don't flare up, so that I don't get mad and all of that. And yesterday, my mom said something to me. She said, I don't know how to relate with you because you're too touchy. And I'm like, I'm not too touchy. I just don't want to be addressed in a certain way. And it dawned on me that as much as I shouldn't take just anything from people, I shouldn't restrict them from being free to relate with me, right? So these are some of the things you need to be intentional about. What are the things that people keep complaining about? You might need to pay attention to it. If it's more than one person saying it, then darling, you need to pay attention to it. You need to be intentional about it, because maybe you don't know. You know, sometimes we do something and we don't know that's is somehow, you know. So just pay attention to it. Be intentional about emotional growth. Try not to be too touchy. Make excuses for people. It's something I've been doing a lot lately. So sometimes when you make a statement or you say something to me, rather than just take it hook, line, and sinker, so that I don't react in a negative way to you. I train myself to first of all look out for the intention. What was this person trying to communicate? What was the intention behind this statement? So it makes, and I also remind myself that I am human as well. You are human as well. So it's okay for you to make mistakes. So that way I don't take everything so literally. Do you understand? I make excuses for others, and it makes it easier for me to relate with them. It makes it easier for me not to, always feel bad. Right? Another thing you also need to be intentional when it comes to emotional growth is, fortifying yourself against people's opinions. Like, sometimes, I know people's opinions can be a pointer to certain things, but don't take it overboard. I don't know what is going on with this shit. My goodness. Excuse me. Don't dwell too much on what people think about you or what they have to say. There was a stage in my life where I was so conscious of what people had to say. Do they like this? Did I come across as too forward? Was I too direct with that statement? And it just dawned on me that you cannot please everybody. You cannot tie your happiness to everybody. Do you understand? Your happiness, first of all, is your responsibility. Accepting yourself first is your responsibility. Stop passing it down to people. Stop giving people unnecessary power over you. Stop enabling them to make you unhappy. Do you understand? So grow up, girl. Grow up. If nobody is telling you you're beautiful, look yourself in the mirror and say you are beautiful. If nobody is telling you that you are amazing, tell yourself you are amazing. Take back the power that you have given people over your life. Enable yourself by yourself. Okay? Yeah. I think I've driven that point home. Another aspect of growth we need to be intentional about is intellectual growth. Oh my God. I cannot say it enough. We are living in a generation where people don't read as much, or people don't even read at all. Some people say, it's boring. It's boring. People are not intentional about growing intellectually. They tell you school na scam. Who education help. But really, darlings, education helps somebody. Do you understand? Intellectual growth is important. We have a lot of people who look nice but cannot really contribute much, who cannot really hold valuable conversations, who cannot bring a lot to the table. So be intentional about your growth. Be intentional about your intellectual growth. Read a book. Listen to podcasts. Make sure that you are better today than you were yesterday. Make sure that tomorrow you are going to be better than you are today. Be constantly evolving. Be constantly growing. Enrich your mind. Your mind is your creative space, right? And so it will always give you back what you feed it. Do you understand? Like, I don't know. Something I've been doing with myself lately is this. I've trained myself to be an information sponge, right? I've trained myself to recognize and internalize valuable information, right? My mom is probably tired of me. I can be having a conversation with somebody and there's a new word or a new expression that you use. And I'm like, back up. What was that? Sometimes it sounds a bit too dramatic. When I don't want to be, as obvious or look too obvious, I just write down the word. Even if I don't get the spelling at the time, maybe I wasn't able to get the actual pronunciation. I search it and search it and search for it until I find it. Do you understand? So that way, something new just pops up. I might even be in church. But right there on my notes, I can hear a word. I cannot remember. I think it was like 5 years ago. When I heard my mom was preaching and she used the word prerequisite and prerogative, I was like, ooh, sounds nice. And I wrote it down on my notepad. You understand? I was like, train your mind to recognize information and to internalize it. It could be something, it could be maybe the way somebody behaved. And you're like, I like that. I like that. That takes me to the next one I actually want to talk about. Is how to comport yourself socially. Some people don't know how to behave when they go outside, and it's learned. Some of these things you learn them. For example, I observed very recently that I tend to laugh a little too loudly. So I became intentional about it. When I'm in public, I try to comport myself. Maybe just a smile, maybe just you must not laugh too loud. Come on, learn to comport yourself. There's some things that should come with adulthood. There's some things that should be pointers that at least you have mature to a particular level. I don't know, I feel really turned off when I see adults who don't know how to comport themselves, who don't know. Learn decorum, darling. Learn it. There's a certain way you should be in public. When you go for a funeral, you're not supposed to be laughing as loudly, even if somebody said something funny. It's a solemn atmosphere. Do you understand? When you're out for a dinner, you don't. Come on, guys. Learn it. I even had to go online and learn how to use cutlery. Guys, I need to say this to you. Prepare yourself for where God is taking you, because you don't know where you're going to be in the next couple of years. So prepare yourself, build it into yourself. I train myself like I'm preparing like I'm going to be in Aso Rock. Do you understand? I train myself. Sorry, excuse me. I train myself, you know, like I'm going to stand in front of the president. I asked myself, if I was in this situation, how will I react? If I was with this person, how will I react? So be intentional about it. Learn it, guys. Learn how to talk. Some people don't know even the magic word. We need to sing that song. There are 5 magic words. There are 5 magic words. There are 5 magic words that I know. Please excuse me. Sorry. Thank you. And the last one. Pardon me. Yeah. Some of us need to recite that song over and over again, because I don't understand how some people can't say thank you. And you know, sometimes it's not even what you say, but the attitude. Body language is also a part of communication. So sometimes I even say, most times when I say thank you, I say it with a smile. Thank you. Thank you. Is it hard? Thank you. Do you understand? Like, excuse me. Good morning. I don't know. It's like these things are phasing off. Good morning. It's better to notice. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. It doesn't even matter. Sometimes I even greet people who are older than it's. Okay, it's so hard. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. It doesn't cost you anything to be empathetic. These are things you need to be intentional about. Don't let 21st century deceive you. Some things are important. Some things will never stop being important. For example, now we live in a world where people, I don't know, I am a feminist, right? I think there's such a thing as toxic femininity, where you take it a little overboard, right? So you now have women who feel like, I was not made for the kitchen. This domestic thing, Ian, for me, darling, you are lying to yourself. Yes, you are lying to yourself. Become intentional about it. And you know, there was something that the Lord brought to my notice a few days ago. Because for example, we are all of us at home now. Yeah. So I'm stuck at home with my siblings, who, by the way, do not understand my need to have things in a certain way. So I was going for a burial. So I woke up early, did all my chores and everything. And I come back from the burial and I'm like, what is going on? Why does this place look like this? I was so angry. I think I even teared up a little because I'm frustrated. You don't need to do it with me, but when I do it, can you not mess it up? Like, please. And I just heard it. I just heard God tell me. He said, you can be doing the right thing, but with the wrong attitude. So I became intentional about it. I became intentional about the attitude with which I communicate things. I became intentional about doing the chores joyfully. I became intentional about washing plates joyfully. About taking out the trash joyfully. Because it's a season of training I'm in now. I'm training myself to be a better homekeeper. I don't need to make everybody feel like it's one super thing that I'm doing. Do you understand? Yeah. So I feel like I've lost my train of thought today. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh my God. Yeah, I was talking about being domestic, right? Ladies, this is for the ladies, most especially. Guys, please learn to be domestic. Because right now we have a lot of adults who cannot organize their lives, who cannot put things in order, who cannot keep their surrounding clean because they have parents who couldn't enforce it, who couldn't teach them, who couldn't pass on that knowledge to them, right? So learn it. If not for you, learn it for your unborn children, please. Learn it for the children that you're going to be bringing up, because you cannot pass on information that you don't have. You cannot groom somebody to be something that you are not. Do you understand? Ladies, learn it. Learn to change diapers so that when you become a mother, you don't feel like the train hits you from somewhere. Like, what? Why is it so overwhelming? Because you have a season where you could have been grooming yourself to be a mother. You could have been grooming. I work in a children's church, yeah? And I have to change diapers. Initially, I did not find it for me. I'm like, why will I be cleaning somebody's mess. But now I enjoy doing it because I'm training myself. I change the diapers and I do it with a smile on my face. Yes, I train myself to do it joyfully. So do the right thing, but do it with the right attitude. Learn to be domestic. Learn to cook. Another thing that people say a lot of times, when they have bad attitudes or bad behaviors, they say, "Hey, that's how I am. Those that for me will stay with me." Eh? Hey, Michael, Jehovah. So they say, "That's how I am. Those that are for me will stay for me. Those that are with me, I stay." Okay, don't punish the people that love you. Don't punish the people that are in your life. They did not do bad thing. They'll say they want to stay with you. Do you understand? So don't make excuses for your bad attitude. Don't make excuses for your bad behavior. Stop making excuses. Rather, change it. Fix you. Fix you. Fix you. If you have a problem, fix it. And the first stage to fixing a problem is recognizing that you have a problem. So fix it. If you have a gossiping problem, fix it. A gossip. Fix it. If you lie too much, fix it. You're never on time, fix it. Stop saying that's how I am. You talk too much, that's how I am. That's how I am. When people complain about things, please pay attention to it and become better. A lot of young people, ladies say, "I cannot wait to leave this house. I cannot wait to leave this house." I say it sometimes. But the truth is, there is a lesson to be learned in every stage of life that you are in. Ensure that you learn that lesson. At this time, you might be, for me, I know that my siblings always get on my nerves. It's training for me. Because I know that if I can endure these people, hey, sometimes I just want to lose it. I want to scream. I want to fling all of them. But they're teaching me patience. They're teaching me patience. So practice it. Practice being calm. Practice being patient. Practice being quiet. It is something that is a challenge for me because most times, not even sometimes, when people tell me things, I want to retort. I want to tell you what? Why did you say that? Why? But now, I am learning to be calm. I am learning to be patient. I am learning to hold myself in. Practice it. Learn. Develop a high sense of rectitude. Guys, learn integrity. Learn to be there on time. Learn to wake up on time. These are things, build character into yourself. Build structures into yourself that can sustain the place that God is taking you. Build it into yourself. Be intentional about your growth. And one very important point I want to make now. If you don't take anything, remember this. Regularly audit your life. Regularly audit your life. Regularly check yourself. Am I doing this right? Could I have been? I do it every day. Right now, almost every hour, every minute. Sometimes I don't even think about it and I just do it. Sometimes I can just say, "Shut up." And I just right there ask myself, could there have been a better way? Did I have to say that? Did I have to say that? Sometimes I have conversations and I go back and I'm like, some of these things, don't I feel like I stepped a little overboard? Did I go a little overboard with this conversation? Did I let out information I should not have? Regularly audit your life. How many books are you willing to read? How many books can you read in a month, in a week? Do this for yourself. Set standards, set goals for yourself along the paths of growth. Set goals for yourself. For example, I make sure that I learn 5 words every day. Every single day. Sometimes I don't remember. Maybe I'm about to doze off to sleep and it's about 12 midnight and I'm like, I haven't learned my word. Boom, I take it, and I have those apps on my phone. I have Vocab 24, that's what I use. And I look at the words for that day. It's so beautiful. The app is so beautiful that you have words, 10 words allocated to you every day. So you know that sometimes you try to learn 10 words and 10 words don't stick. So I make sure that even if it's just 10 words, I'm able to 5 out of the 10 that I'm able to remember, and make it a point to learn 5 words every single day. Every single day, guys. Learn it. Learn hygiene. Learn hygiene. It's very important. Brother, sister, shave. Do you understand? All these things are important. They are important. Very, very important. Be intentional about your good. I hope I've enforced this enough. I hope I'm not missing out anything that I wanted to say. But really, guys, it's very, very important. Very important. Treat it like your future depends on it, because it does. Because the Lord will not entrust in your hands something that you are not ready for. He will not entrust in your hands something that you cannot carry. So enable yourself to sustain the life that God is preparing you for. Grow up! Say it to yourself. I will grow up. I, Tehillah Terex. We grow up. Grow up. Grow up. Form positive habits. Grow up. Alright, so guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please, you have watched this video till this point. Biko Ziano. Biko Mayogi. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified every single time I post a video. Please, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Did I say something that resonated to you in the course of this video? Was there something I said that you were like, very true? Let me know in the comment section. And please feel free to suggest videos that you want to see on my channel. Let me know. What do you want to see? Help me serve you better. Okay? Till I come your way next time, it's your girl, Tehillah Terex.